turned to smile at the tabby, but it had gone. Instead, he was smiling at a rather severe-looking woman who was wearing square glasses exactly the shape of the markings the cat had around its eyes. She, too, was wearing a cloak, an emerald one. Her black hair was drawn into a tight bun. She looked distinctly ruffled. "How did you know it was me?" she asked. "My dear Professor, I've never seen a cat sit so stiffly." "You'd be stiff if you'd been sitting on a brick wall all day," said Professor McGonagall. "All day? When you could have been celebrating? I must have passed a dozen feasts and parties on my way here." Professor McGonagall sniffed angrily. "Oh yes, everyone's celebrating all right," she said impatiently. "You'd think they'd be a bit more careful, but no. Even the Muggles have noticed something's going on. It was on their news." She jerked her head back at the Dursleys' dark living room window. "I heard it. Flocks of owls, shooting stars. Well, they're not completely stupid. They were bound to notice something. Shooting stars down in Kent, and I'll bet that was Daedalus Diggle. He never had much sense." "You can't blame them," said Dumbledore gently. "We've had precious little to celebrate for 11 years. "I know that," said Professor McGonagall irritably, "but there's not reason to lose our heads. People are being downright careless, out on the streets in broad daylight, not even dressed in Muggle clothes, swapping rumours." She threw a sharp, sideways glance at Dumbledore here, as though hoping he was going to tell her something, but he didn't. So she went on. "A fine thing it would be if, on the very day you-know-who seems to have disappeared, at last the Muggles found out about us all. I suppose he really has gone, Dumbledore?" "It certainly seems so," said Dumbledore. "We have much to be thankful for. Would you care for a lemon drop?" "A what?" "A lemon drop. They're a kind of Muggle sweet I'm rather fond of." "No, thank you," said Professor McGonagall coldly, as she didn't think this was the moment for lemon drops. "As I say, even if you-know-who has gone, my dear Professor, surely a sensible person like yourself can call him by his name. All this you-know-who nonsense, for 11 years I've been trying to persuade people to call him by his proper name. Voldemort." Professor McGonagall flinched, but Dumbledore, who was unsticking 2 lemon drops, seemed not to notice. "It all gets so confusing if we keep saying you-know-who. I've never seen any reason to be frightened of saying Voldemort's name." "I know you haven't," said Professor McGonagall, sounding half exasperated, half admiring. "But you're different. Everybody knows you're the only one you-know-who. Oh, all right. Voldemort was frightened of." "You flatter me," said Dumbledore calmly. "Voldemort had powers I will never have, only because you're too, well, noble to use them. It's lucky it's dark. I haven't blushed so much since Madame Pomfrey told me she liked my new earmuffs." Professor McGonagall shot a sharp look at Dumbledore and said, "The owls are nothing next to the rumours that are flying around. You know what everyone's saying? About why he's disappeared? About what finally stopped him?" It seemed that Professor McGonagall had reached the point she was most anxious to discuss. The real reason she had been waiting on a cold, hard wall all day. For neither as a cat nor as a woman had she fixed Dumbledore with such a piercing stare as she did now. It was plain that whatever everyone was saying, she was not going to believe it until Dumbledore told her it was true. Dumbledore, however, was choosing another lemon drop and did not answer. "What they're saying," she pressed on, "is that last night Voldemort turned up in Godric's Hollow. He went to find the Potters. The rumour is that Lily and James Potter are that they're dead." Dumbledore bowed his head. Professor McGonagall gasped. "Lily and James? I can't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Oh, Albus!" Dumbledore reached out and patted her on the shoulder. I know, he said heavily. Professor McGonagall's voice trembled as she went on. That's not all. They're saying he tried to kill the Potter's son, Harry. But he couldn't. He couldn't kill that little boy. No one knows why or how, but they're saying that when he couldn't kill Harry Potter, Voldemort's power somehow broke, and that's why he's gone." Dumbledore nodded glumly. It's true?" faltered Professor McGonagall. "After all he's done, all the people he's killed, he couldn't kill a little boy?" Synderen, you're interrupting Harry Potter, man.
Synderen wants to read a page.
I'm not interrupting. I'm going to read a page in Danish for you.
Not Danish.
Are you at the same
you
place as us?
You gotta follow through in English, yeah. Do you know where we are?
I don't have the English version of this one. I'll read it in Danish. Where'd you get to?
Where Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall are talking. They just got to the point where Dumbledore...
what chapter is that?
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1?
Like, page...
And McGonagall and Dumbledore are talking?
Yeah, Dumbledore just explained... Well, we're starting the game, actually. We're going to cast.
Wait. It just got paused.
Okay, no.
Really?
You can just go for it.
You've got to be kidding me.
He's fixing blank.
Okay.
All right, go.
All right, can you read the last lines you had?
I just said... McGonagall just said, after all he's done, all the people he's killed, he couldn't kill a little boy. It's just astounding. Of all the things to stop him, but how in the name of heaven did Harry survive? And then Dumbledore says, we can only guess. We may never know.
Have they spoken something about lemon sorbet yet?
Yes.
Lemon drops?
Lemon
Yes,
drops.
they have.
We're just like,
Lemon
it's
drops.
just a little bit past that.
Okay. I think I'm almost there. Oh yeah, I got it. I think I'm there.
Go,
Okay.
go, go. I got no time.
Alright, I'll continue. Det kan vi kun gisne om, sagde Dumbledore. Måske får vi aldrig sandheden at vide. Professor McGonagall trak et kniplingslommetørklæde frem og duppede sig under øjnene. Dumbledore snøftede voldsomt, i det han fremdrog et guldur fra sin lomme og nøje studerede det. Det var et meget mærkeligt ur. Det havde 12 visere, men ingen tal. I stedet for tal var der små planeter, der bevægede sig rundt langs skivens kant. Og ensynligt kunne Dumbledore sagtens finde mening i, hvad urskiven viste, for han puttede uret tilbage i lommen og sagde, Hagrid er sen på den. Jeg går ud fra, at det var ham, der fortalte dig, at jeg ville være her. Var det ikke? Jo, sagde professor McGonagall. Men jeg regner ikke med, at du vil fortælle mig, hvorfor du befinder dig her af alle steder. Jeg er kommet for at bringe Harry hjem til sin onkel og tante. De er hans sidste slægtninge nu. Det kan du ikke mene. Ikke de mennesker, der bor her, vel? Udbrød professor McGonagall og sprang op, i det hun pegede på nummer 4. Dumbledore, det kan du ikke nænde. Jeg har holdt øje med dem hele dagen. Du kan ikke finde nogen mennesker, der ligner os mindre. Og de har denne her søn. Jeg så ham sparke sin mor hele vejen op ad gaden, mens han skreg på slik. Skal Harry Potter virkelig udsættes for det? Det er det bedste sted for ham lige nu, sagde Dumbledore bestemt. Hans onkel og tante vil kunne forklare ham alting, når han bliver ældre. Jeg har skrevet et brev til dem.
Alright, I'm gonna have to interrupt you. We've just had a kill.
Enjoy your game. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Synderen, for the
Synderen.
marvelous reading. And of course, welcome to anybody who's just joined the stream and said, what the fuck's going on? That was Harry Potter, read in Danish by Synderen, and we're back in rox.KIS versus No Time. And this is replay, best of 3 series. I think do or die situation for both teams. And